Hey guys, my name is Numi, and if you haven't seen any of my videos yet, there's probably about 1,000 of them for you to go back through the back catalogue and enjoy. But today's video is an arrivals video, so it's coins that are pretty awesome and have arrived for grading by Facebook members, Silver Forum members, YouTube contacts, and anyone in my broadening circle of collectors and stackers that send coins in for grading with me as an NGC dealer. So let's make a start on the first box. I always get excited when I see a BYB sticker on a little box like this, but sometimes it's a mystery because if I haven't ordered anything myself from my friend, fellow YouTuber Backyard Bullion, do look up his awesome channel, great advice, great silver items, and just one of the best stacking and collecting channels on YouTube. So it was kind of interesting opening this little silver item, which I hadn't ordered myself from BYB. So it's kind of nice when things like this arrive through the post in a totally unexpected way. So everything that arrives from Backyard Bullion is always beautifully wrapped. Maybe one little knot too many, but beautifully wrapped, beautifully made. And one of his particular things is that every single item is personally, individually hallmarked with a Scottish Edinburgh hallmark. And that's kind of nice because it means that every single item has been tested and approved for quality. And you can see here on every item you get the first mark, which is the BYB, which is the registered Backyard Bullion Maker's Mark, the purity of the silver, the office that it was assayed, and then at the end of each one you get a little letter which you can look up online to see the actual date that the item was manufactured. So great little item, and big thank you to Silver Forum member for thinking about sending me this lovely item. And it's, to have it made for me is great, and it means absolutely everything. So thank you very much to TeraKris on the Silver Forum for this beautiful 3/9 fine 1.2 ounce silver round, just really lovely present, which I don't deserve. And I get a little bit embarrassed when presents arrive, but it's always nice to get presents and gifts, which brings us on to something very special. These do not come into me very often. I think this is the second only 4-coin 1989 set that has ever come in to me for grading. Quite a few 3-coin sets, but the 4-coin sets are very thin on the ground. The history of this set is that it was made by the Royal Mint in 1989 to celebrate the 500th anniversary of the sovereign. That's not the modern sovereign, where we've just had the 200th anniversary of the modern sovereign. This is the 500th anniversary of the Tudor Elizabethan sovereign. And in 1989, there were no bullion sovereigns produced. There were only proof sovereigns. And you can see that this is a set which is held in very high esteem. Values are very high, but interestingly, mintages are very high too. But it's one of those sets that everybody who collects sovereigns wants this particular pattern to be in their collection. So high prices are paid, high prices are charged, and whereas maybe a modern 5 sovereign piece might have a mintage of 1,000, say, or 850 proofs for 2017. This proof, which you incredibly rarely see, to be honest, had a mintage of 5,000 of these £5 proofs. But they are very valuable, very thin on the ground. And I think it's something about the peculiarity of the design, which is so different from any other modern sovereign. So anyone who collects sovereigns, then the 89 sovereign is a must-have in any collection. When I started a few years ago, these things were changing hands for about maybe 550, £600, and each year they've been creeping up. I think it's probably quite difficult to buy one of these now for under £1,000, but occasionally you find something at around the £900 mark, maybe a little bit more, £950 for a basic sovereign. It's expensive, but it is a very distinct pattern, very beautiful pattern based on the Tudor or Elizabethan sovereign pattern from 500 or so years ago. So this particular set arrived for a friend of mine, and you will see it when it's graded, and you'll see who it belongs to when it's graded. And the set was purchased directly from the Royal Mint. So that's another interesting thing, that if you do have a problem sourcing a particular set, it's quite likely the Royal Mint will be able to help at a price to fill gaps in your collection. They are certainly not cheap for historical coins, but they do have access to a vast portfolio of kind of protected stocks in their own vault for some of these things, and also they have access to all of the stock of sovereign rarities, one of the major UK sellers of historical coins. Sometimes you can get a better deal by going straight to sovereign rarities to pick something up. Sometimes the Royal Mint can sort it for you. You will pay a premium for the Royal Mint service on this, there is no doubt about that. And but you do have the ability to send things back and have them credited effectively until you get something you're happy with the quality. This is the second of two sets. The first set I actually received a while back. I didn't put a video out. I do have some video of it, but it had spots all over it. It was certainly pretty second rate. Didn't really think that the £5, which is the key coin, was up to scratch, so I sent it back on behalf of this Silver Forum member and YouTuber. Sent it back to the Royal Mint for credit, and then this person ordered a replacement from the Royal Mint. But is it a good buy? I don't know. Time will tell. Certainly a premium was paid for it. It is a premium set in any case, and it is getting far less likely to see these things generally put up for sale at reasonable prices. So maybe strategically it does make some sense. So that's the 1989 4-coin proof set, one that you will not see on this channel very often. So moving on to another brown envelope that came through the Numi door and arrived for unboxing. And let's take a look at what's inside this one. Inside this little package is the three little piggies. Three little piggies. Well, three little gold coins. And I do know what these are, so I'll let you into the little secret first before we unwrap them. They are, you guessed it, three little sovereigns. I've noticed a lot more people collecting half sovereigns, and in some ways half sovereigns are a great buy. The full premium is always on the full sovereign. If you buy bullion, then there's basically not very much difference quite often between buying half sovereigns and full sovereigns, effectively half the weight, half the price, no particular premium. So if you are into fractional gold, half sovereigns make a lot of sense, because they're one of the few fractional gold pieces you can pick up from bullion dealers that are relatively less expensive, and also they're easily tradable, easily saleable, no particular premium for buying a smaller amount of gold. So it's a great way of starting, and it's relatively easy, pardon me, to save up the cash for a half sovereign, maybe £120 for a half sovereign. It works. A lot of collectors, like this particular collector, collect proof sovereigns. I can understand why. I'm a big proof sovereign fan, old and new. They're beautifully made. They look lovely. They're kind of new. They're not kind of dirty. They're not worn. And there are some great designs. So a lot of people, as you've seen from my videos before, are picking the special years. You saw the 4-coin set from 1989, which was the first of the special years. And then here's effectively the other 3, apart from the one in 2017. One final package for you before we finish this video. Hopefully you're still around and you're still watching through this video. If you are in for a final little treat before we bring the video to a close. This video didn't arrive for grading. It just arrived, because this particular friend used me as a kind of mailing address for this particular coin that he bought from a dealer. But it gives me a chance to show it to you guys, and it's something that you don't see very often. The last one I saw of these was part of a 1937 proof set. You can still buy the proof sets with all the coins in from 1937, apart from the gold coins, relatively modestly priced, a few £100 for everything. And this particular collector wanted to fill in a gap that he had in a set, and so managed to source one of these proof 1937 pennies. Not an expensive coin on its own, but it is a historical and a very beautiful coin. I really like this coin. I think that all the 1937 proofs are interesting. The gold is particularly interesting and highly desired and very, very tradable. I've actually got 2 of the gold coins from the 1937 sovereign set going up on Heritage in, I think they're going into the April floor auction. But this one is a bit of a gem as well. Okay, I lied. There is actually one other little video that I've sneaked in to this arrivals, just to give you a little bit more to look at. It's always nice to just keep it going. There's been quite a few arrivals recently, and so it's kind of tempting to put a few of them together and give you a bit more meat on the bone than you would otherwise get with these things. Collectors are pretty generous people, really. Sometimes I get little bits of silver, other people a whole load of kitchen paper that is highly absorbent and can be used for spills and things. But the key point here is, well, it needs no introduction. The first of the Queen's Beast designs, 1 ounce of proof gold. This is effectively an 1800 to 2100 pound coin. It's a high premium coin, very beautiful, low mintage, one of a series of 10, and it's always a total delight when one of these comes for grading. So I hope you've liked the thrills and spills of this arrivals video. Thank you very much for watching. If you're still with me, please like, please subscribe, please comment, and here's some more videos that you might like to watch.